Okay, so today as we get close to the end of this expansion, obviously I'm trying to get the, like, last... I don't know why you get these. It's not like it's...
Congratulations on completing Spark rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker.
What are you talking about? What is Spark rank?
If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
Or it does this like when you download a new expansion, but like a new player who's played for over a year, even though I would still take that credit because the way I played it is very sort of embracing the new, because this wasn't just my first experience with this game, it was my first experience with Magic overall in any form. So I had no desire to, like, you know, try to metagame or do anything crazy. So we've been trying this rainbow dinosaur deck. The only other cosmetic I would want is like the rainbow, or is like the dinosaur pet, which I think you could have gotten cheaper earlier on, but now you can't get it at all. And like, you technically could get this free to play, but that's so expensive, right? Like, in my whole experience playing this game, I probably have barely gotten that many gems. It's not a very good thing, and you can't really convert it. You kind of can convert it, but whatever. Like, just by buying into those, they give you gems, but you pay in with gold, even if you don't do very well. So we got to rank 28. We only have to get to rank 35 to get it, I think. And so we have a couple weeks left. I wouldn't mind getting it today, actually, but we will get to roleplay as a dinosaur much better than the one where the guy's wearing like the hoodie of like a dinosaur eating him. That's like my whole roleplay in this game. My obsession with dinosaurs. Thank God it's not the last one that they put these on. Otherwise, it's just complete bullshit. Right? Nobody gives a shit about these card styles or whatever. But obviously the avatar is cool. Yeah, this expansion was fun, but it wasn't as crazy as I thought, I guess, because since it has to do with dinosaurs. So this is going to be the next expansion, I guess. Massacre Girl Pack. I don't know what that means, though. Kaya Pass. That's not the name of the expansion. Wait, what? Wait, you're getting all three of those? I mean, I guess I can even afford some of this. Isn't one of those like the Nico Ballas guy from the opening intro or whatever? I thought it might be. I mean, if you're getting three of them and one of them is like Sarkhan, that actually seems like a good deal. Or maybe I'll blow my gems on it. I can't go one episode without buying some stupid cosmetic. I don't understand. You're getting all three of them? Are you sure you want to purchase this item? I mean, that's honestly a pretty good deal. Oh no, that's not Nico Bolas. That's like Ugyen the Ineffable or something. Look how he's photobombing the guy. Oh fuck, I wish I could show that again. He's like photobombing the guy on the left, like you can't even fucking see his face because his wing or whatever's covering it. What kind of shit is that, dude? But hey, we got a whole bunch of cosmetics. I don't want that. I do want this, but I don't know how I'm gonna get it. But yeah, as much as I love dinosaurs, there were some good ones in here, but it wasn't like super exciting. Oh, so that is the expansion. Cons of Tarkir, but it's not actually out yet. It even says that this cannot be played in the current standard or alchemy formats. Well, then why the fuck are you showing it to me like I'm buying it? Like, obviously it's for the next expansion, but it should show that. It should show this, and then it should show that as like a secondary option or something. And I rarely bought packs over the course of this playthrough, right? Mostly I'm just getting it from completing, like when you do a draft you'll get something, or at the end of a season, whatever, every month you get stuff as rewards and things for stuff like that. I mean, what would this have to be for me to actually waste some fucking gold on? Because I've gotten way too many cosmetics for a free-to-play type of experience that you can't even get, like the wild cards. But yeah, like I said, a dinosaur pet would be cool. I've gotten some pretty good card backs. Damn, why can't they just put one on here temporarily? But then it is going to be too expensive. So I am going to have enough gold to actually do at the beginning of next expansion, just like I did with this one, a 10k draft, which is kind of all I like to do as far as like whatever the pacing of the series, as slow as it...
Spark rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker.
I don't know what Spark rank even is, but okay.
If you want to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
Let's do this one. So red, we can potentially do red or green. So yeah, we were messing around with the rainbow ship. And so the only thing I'd really like to do today is to get, how long do we have left? Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks? 14 days. So we're guaranteed to at least play once more. But again, I don't know whether the next Monday after that, because I only play on Monday, would that be the first day of the new expansion, or would it be the last day of this one? So I don't want to rely on that. So between today and next time, I should definitely get to rank 35, or maybe, yeah, see, like this I can't get, even though I can't say it's like something you would have to pay for, because you can technically do it free to play, but it's very fucking expensive. So let's just go ahead. Oh my god, stop doing that.
You've done a great
Yeah,
job.
which Wisp looks better? This multi-million-dollar company's fucking version here, or mine? Look. My Wisp at least has more personality to it. It has a face, everything like that. My joke is better than whatever shitty sense of humor this thing has. We did get to gold rank, which is pretty... Maybe that's part of what she's saying? I don't even know. So let's just go between these two, I guess, because... This is going to be the rainbow, and that's going to be a red, just to try to fill in for the sake of the daily quest. Let's do the best of 3, see which one does better. And, I mean, that's at least a requirement of each episode, is that I should do at least a daily quest, which for me, again, turned into, like, weekly quests because of how little I play and how slow-paced it can be. But there was a time where I wouldn't even do that. Like, you know, I would play once a week, but I wouldn't even still do the daily quest because they would just take too long or something. But that's the problem I always have in PvZ Heroes. Like, I won't even do the daily quest. But this is good because you can do 1, 2 into this, and then that'll trigger that. Only problem is if he removes any of these. But yeah, that's one mechanic we see very little, is like the land destruction. Right, like it is a whole archetype that you can build towards, but I guess it's not super... I won't even say it's not super good, but it's not super common. We're still rocking the Tim Burton card back, so you'll see the spoils of all our different experiences with this game. That's the reason why I like cosmetics, not even because, you know, of the visuals themselves, which are cool and give it a sense of identity, but it gives you a sense of like nostalgia, or like you're kind of wearing your experience on your sleeve. That like, oh look, this guy must have been playing last expansion and he played a lot to be able to get this, and then he must have been playing this expansion, Ixalan, to get the avatar that we're gonna get. So it's like all little crumbs to show like your little, I don't know how to explain it, your little journey is represented each step of the way. For everything you've been through, you're gonna have something to show for it. You discard a card from this, but that's a small price to pay for a 3-mana 7/6. Whenever it attacks, create a map token. But yeah, I've almost deliberately avoided using stuff, or yeah, that was even something I was complaining about, like, you know, some of these cards are too strong. Like, you ask and you shall receive, right? When I'm talking about it. Galta's effect is too strong. It's broken. It makes me feel bad. Like, it's too easy of a win condition, or it's like, you know, it's almost too contrived. It's just too good, and with no downside. It's just bullshit. And then we have 2 other ones in here that are the rainbow ones that are really good. Like Gistath or something. The one that requires, like, a white. And then the what's the other one called? Like Italy, I think. So those ones are way too good. Which you might say, you know, oh, you can't complain about that. But even though I like dinosaurs, and even though we're still playing into that, those are the things that make me feel kind of bad, because I still want to experience the game with how little, you know, I've still seen of all there is to see in the game, let alone of the real physical cards, which there are a lot more apparently than what's even in this game, which I don't like how they did that. But the point is that I still don't like to win because of that, because it feels too contrived, and it feels too like, if you get one of those bullshit effects, you just win because of that. You're not really doing it in the raw back and forth board control sense, which maybe you shouldn't expect it. Like, it's the same way that I often lose to other people, but it's no fun because anybody can just use something that's busted like that. But they almost make it too easy to do that now too. So even with the Keratin, I can't do shit. So you need a little bit more land here. You know, you might say, oh, Galta's not that good because you know, you're kind of mana screwed. But that's scares to the point, because that would be true anyway. Like, I have too many of these dinosaurs maybe in here, but I do still have a decent amount of land, or not even just that, but I have so many mana generating minions too, so it kind of balances itself out. I do love the best of 3 format. I always say how more games should do that. I think most of all chess should do that. All these chess websites should have that as a, you queue up for like a 10-minute game, but it's the best of 3 or something, not just a best of 1. You get to both play as black and white or whatever the case may be to make it fair. The problem with that is it might have to be more than, well, I wasn't going to block with that guy anyway. Might have to be more than 3, because like I'll play as white, they'll play as white, and then somebody's going to play, you know, somebody's going to play as the same one twice. I mean, you can do this guy. He's certainly flooding the board pretty well, and not just because he's playing as blue. But yeah, that's the whole irony of how much I love green, is that even when I play a rainbow deck, I'm only using green lands. So the only other colors I get are from minions, which can sometimes be a little bit unreliable actually. Either the carotid or like the taxidermist and stuff like that. And of course, flying is a mechanic that I've disliked pretty much from the beginning. Although it is almost the sort of thing I would cheese with myself. Yeah, of all these amazing effects that we have, I could almost compare them. Like, which is the best? Galta, Itali, or the fucking other one I was talking about? So it's like I'm complaining about my own cards, because it just feels like, oh, such a power creep, win condition, over the top, just, you know, determines the outcome all by itself kind of thing. That feels a little bit contrived. I'm not even logged into my thing. I always forget to log into my account on there. But I guess for a lot of intents and purposes, you would think like, oh, why would you need to? Because, you know, if anybody's talking in chat, you could always just talk verbally. But in some cases, obviously, people can't hear or whatever. Search for graveyard, search for library. I forget what this even does, but it's good. Search for library, graveyard for non-human creature card event X or more. If you search for library, this thing is obviously pretty good. He can block too much of my shit though, that's the thing. I don't actually win because I wasn't even watching what happened his last turn, so it's like it went from him having like 3 or 4 things to now, oh, his board is just flooded because I don't even know. I guess if I had a couple more tramples, I could have won because of that. But yeah, I'm the type of dude, I'm complaining about the power creep of my own shit. Right, I gotta look at what those other 2 actually do, but I guess I can't because we have to wait for the end of the best of 3 thing. He didn't even have to do that, did he? And board, not much has happened. Time Stream Navigator. What is it going to be, like fucking Time Warp? There is a card in this game like that, but you don't see it that often. That was the most cancer thing ever in Hearthstone. Yeah, Wednesday I'm gonna start doing a bunch of random stuff. I did like a just chatting stream last week. Then I was thinking I could do what was I gonna do this week? I forgot. I want to almost do a little mini series on NBA 2K. Happy birthday. He keeps trying to guess when my birthday is. Yeah, we could fuck around with that. I almost wanted to do that pet game, but I guess I'll save that for Saturday. The what was it called, like Pal World, that somebody was telling me about, that's like insanely popular all of a sudden, so it'd be kind of worth a try. It's around now. I'm pretty sure I said what it was too, but now I'll be all mysterious about it since he's not sure. Just like he always wants to do that name game, like guess what his name is in real life. For this, you won't be able to attack unless... Oh yeah, here we go. So Galta just lets you play everything in your hand. Itali lets you exile cards from their library until they exile an online card. You may cast them without paying their mana cost. Fair and balanced. And it's not even like he's that high of a cost card. Now that shouldn't cause it to get stunned, right? Because that's not... And even if it gets stunned, who cares? Like, just fuck it. I could not believe the health value of these cards. Or, no, of your avatars in this game. That you would have less health than you have in Hearthstone. But yet the pace of it still kind of works out. It almost doesn't make sense. Right? That you would think it'd be over way too quick. Or there's not as many spells and things that just do damage to the face. Like a 10 damage pyroblast, like that's half your fucking health. You know, like in Hearthstone context. See if we can make a crazy comeback with this game. That's good. Oh shit. Why are you giving up already? It's not even like all you have to do is flood the board like crazy like the last time. There's so many things about my setups that are always so scuffed. It's like I need a wireless keyboard or something to, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even going to bother with the land because we have so many mana generating minions. We'll just use that. But yeah, like, I don't know how some streamers do it. Like, forget about even the fact that I don't do face cam just because I don't like that in principle and I've always argued against it and I think it's dumb. But just overall, like, oh, they must have like 6 different monitors and all this kind of crazy shit going on. Or like I see Alex Botez is playing chess and she has her phone next to her. Like, hello, does that not constitute cheating like at a fucking event? I'm not trying to be a stickler, but you can't have your phone next to you and you're like reading chat or something. Haha, content creator. Sub 2,000 feet, a content creator gets destroyed by a little kid. Oh, fuck me. Doesn't even matter because why wouldn't you do that? Captain Storm, Cosmium Raider. Or yeah, you know what they need is not even an MMO for Magic. What that, like I was talking about sometimes, and they were gonna make like a Diablo style game, but they need like a MOBA. They'll take all the avatars and just have them beat the shit out of each other. Well, looks like I lose. Because I'm just getting fuck all. I shouldn't have took my chances that much with not taking any land. It's amazing how many times that happens when I always have at least 20 lands in my decks. Sometimes they just get totally screwed on it. I haven't been this excited for an avatar since the 2022 Why does that feel like it came out last year almost? Doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But no, it was 2022 since the 2022 James Cameron movie starring whatever the fuck the guy's name is. I can't even do the joke properly. Just the point being that it wasn't actually that good. Like, I wasn't crazy about the first movie, but I was very disappointed by Way of Water because it's just very unambitious with the screenplay. Like, it just was a retread of the first movie, playing it safe, trying to just milk it. Probably saving their ideas for the other ones. That's the downside of having all these sequels, like, locked in. They know they're going to make 5 of them, so they're not even trying on the second one because they know that people are going to watch it just because the first one was so popular. So now, finally, once they get past that, then they'll start to pull out better ideas to try to revitalize your interest, I guess. But they're literally trying to turn Quaritch into fucking Darth Vader. He's gonna last 3+ movies and redeem himself and have a change of heart and all this kind of crazy crap. I mean, that was a very fun and interactive match. The last 2 games end in like fucking 5 seconds because we can't do anything. Am I gonna get to platinum for the second time ever in the history of me playing this game? Because I've never really made an attempt to get too far with it. That was the one time. Oh wow!
Spark rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a
Why is she fucking spamming me with that shit today? But yeah, I got to platinum that one time, which might not seem like a big deal, but that was like me saying, okay, let's see how far I can go with this shitty deck that 1 month, and then I haven't really tried to do it since, or I haven't played enough since. But even that's kind of cool because it was just like a gimmick hodgepodge deck that's even worse than what I'm using now. And at some point, you see, that's the whole point too. Not only have I not tried to really ladder, but I've even said like, okay, I'll save it for some time later. Or it's kind of cool, like I'll see, you know, it'll happen when it happens, like on its own, but I'm not making a deck like, you know, for that purpose. Or I think I've shown that in other games, like how easy it is to just net deck and anybody can just do it. Like, just use the same thing everyone else is using, or just use whatever's meta. Meta here might be a little more complicated just because there's so much fluctuation in terms of deck size and things like that. But see, what rank even is this guy? It's such a mismatch. He's not even platinum. He's something beyond platinum. Like, I've never even seen that before. I guess it must be diamond. Doesn't mean I couldn't still beat him, but I'm even out of my element here. But yeah, in the best of 3, you get these kind of weird matchups where it's somebody much higher, much lower rank than you. Just because I guess they can't find enough people, but the queue times are still pretty fast. I have to wonder. Like, I don't really have any true synergy or win condition with this deck, whereas with the other one I unfortunately do now, because I normally don't like to play for stuff like that. At least here we have an excess of land, but we also have some very low value dragons. They've obviously got some crazy synergy going on. I don't even have to look to see what it is. This is good. I always love that animation when they double team. Sacrifice for a token. Somebody showed me that mechanic is just like some sort of cheese troll deck that they made. Just like spawning all this food and everything. It's obviously not the same one, but almost just do it for the memes. I guess it must go platinum, then diamond, then mythic. Right, so this is... I assume that must be what it is, diamond. Platinum, also known as bootleg fucking silver. You can barely even tell the difference between the two. Don't you notice these long ass interactions that my opponents always have, but I never have? Deal 4 to each opponent, which just means to their face. Not like we're having a tag deal. Unfortunately, the flying isn't going to help me much here either. Flying, whenever it enters the battlefield or attack, sacrifice another permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, it gets +1/+1. Gonna lose to a fucking goose over here. That could actually be a pretty bad effect, but obviously it synergizes well with their deck, I'm sure. But that's the whole beauty of it, that you're able to basically because you're able to what do you call it, like you can still make a comeback. So despite whatever, how lopsided this might seem to be, in a way that's almost a cool thing. It's like this is the obligatory thing, like pretend it's Yu-Gi-Oh or some kind of show. It's like the villain gets to show like, look how badass they are, and they completely destroy me in the first game, and then I have to come back against that and win the next two against all odds. So it makes it feel like you're such an underdog and everything. You know, you would have almost had it there too, because none of this stuff can block. They don't have any mana left. So if they didn't have like these two there to block, you would have done 12. So it still wouldn't have been enough, but whatever. We get another chance. I can't even say that I got up to such a bad start, but this deck isn't really all that good either. I won't see the other one is that great, but kind of like my first attempt at any sort of rainbow deck, let alone a dinosaur one. But I really only have one blue dinosaur, just to, you know, just so we can say it's a rainbow deck. But there really aren't that many interesting blue dinosaurs. One day I got to take a look at the real game though, as much as this is obviously a fun, relatively well presented. Oh, I haven't gotten this in so long, I feel like. I can't believe I wasted a mythic card on that too. You know, I think I thought it was like an enchantment or something. It wasn't a minion. So I thought you would just play it and then it would just always be active. I didn't realize it's a fucking dinky 1/1 when I went to go craft it, because then it's so easy to get rid of. Right, like not that they can't get rid of an enchantment, but it's just, or like an artifact or something. It's just because it's less common that they get rid of those, at least. So, yeah, see, like even doing it on turn one seems like a waste, because, well, it'll soak up some kind of minor removal that they have, I'm sure, but you almost don't want to do it until you're guaranteed to get the effect at least once. Just a library, basic land card. We see that card a little bit too much. That's always the easiest way to tell whether some card is busted in any sort of card game. It's like, what percentage of people actually use it, right? So like, what percentage of people use a lot of the cards that I'm using? Probably nobody, because a lot of them are just throwaway garbage. We could still attack with both of those. I need like one more land, I get it. Just gotta take advantage of flying somehow. We should always win one game, even if I can't beat you overall. So I was hoping to get the avatar this time, but I kind of doubt I will. And then I'd have to do maybe a long episode next time to try to really push it out, because we're guaranteed to at least have one more episode, regardless of, I don't want to wait till the last second to get it. So I go from every time thinking, oh, I'm not going to have enough time to get it, to getting so close that I feel like now I have to make a point of it. And so the next expansion is going to be, I don't even know exactly what the subject matter is from the name, but it's not no interest to me because it doesn't involve fucking dinosaurs. I mean, it doesn't mean it won't still have a few in there, but like, could we actually just win like this, or is he gonna do something crazy? Like, look how slow they're playing. What if I was using like an actual top tier aggro meta deck? This is like a slow paced shit deck that I'm using with the same result, that I'm getting some face damage in, but or that's the #1 trope of this game. It goes from like, oh, it looks like they're losing and they have nothing going on, to they do like one turn infinite loop crazy combo and their board just fills up, or they get some kind of win condition. Like it happens too drastically. The way it looks now, like, oh, I'm in a good position. They only have 3 cards in their hand. They have nothing really going. They have a fucking wild goose on the board, and that's it. But it's all part of their master plan. You would think this must be mine because of my emphasis on dragons and red over here, but it's actually not. Look how embarrassed they are that they're going to lose a game to fucking... Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, deal 1 damage to any target. You're not even going to get to the point where you could use that. You need 6 or more lands. Like, it's going to take a fucking century to get to that point. I hate that so much when it's just... At least that you can't block. Can't you just keep doing that over and over? But I guess it's a good way to just dump your mana when you have nothing else to do with it. Take 1 more turn and their position doesn't look that good, so they couldn't possibly do a 180 and turn this around. Wink, wink, here it comes. Watch. It's like, it's not possible for them to lose. They're gonna have some crazy OTK combo right now, or at least something to turn the table. But enters the battlefield, they're fucking food obsessed, dude. This is Charles Barkley playing on the other side. You can make a compilation of all his moments of like talking about food. Like, I see the Krispy Kreme hot sign, and it's like, feels like somebody, I'm not addicted to crack, but if I was, this is what it would feel like. He has the most bizarre obsession and self-awareness of food. Or like if I had Holly Berry on one side of the room and a bucket of chicken on the other side, I would go for the bucket of chicken. Like, we get it, dude. You like food. Holy shit. Okay, so we beat a diamond player at least in 1 game, but can we beat them in the match? Isn't that unbelievable though? Like, why the fuck should I be able to win that game? My deck is just hot garbage. And not even because it's to do with red and volcanoes, haha. It's so shitty, dude. Not saying that they couldn't be using something gimmicky, but look at the rank, dude. The biggest key component that I want to make sure I have here is the ability to actually have land, which I do, and I guess that's okay. It's still a little bit slow, but it's okay. I mean, everything in this deck is either a dragon or it mentions a dragon. Already doing damage to themselves. Now, are they going to fear my thing? My amazing aggro potential with all these high value dragons that are completely dog shit? Now we'll have the 3 cost one. We just have to hope that we keep drawing into lands, otherwise I'm screwed. Getting off to a slow start with this is just suicide. What is it again? Reveal a dragon card among them, put it in your hand. I guess. Just get like the lowest cost one, or get one that becomes a treasure token that'll actually give you mana, because I just can't seem to get that ever. He's gonna trade. Their hand always gives me hope, the fact that they don't have that much shit going on, but... Ghost Rider enters the battlefield, create a 0/1. So we could go for something flying. Enter the battlefield, create a treasure token. You could almost cheese you with that if you just can't deal with the flying, which I don't see why it would be that hard for them to deal with, but if you can, then I can keep just buffing that up every turn. Here we go. That's your win condition card right there. Sexy animation included. Okay, that one I don't care about, but I'm not going to be able to deal with this guy. I don't think. Start a card. If you do, draw a card. He's flying, so I won't be able to do it. You know what I could have done, actually? I could have buffed this guy up like 3 times and then done it, and then attacked, so then he would either have to trade in or just ignore it. Now I won't be able to block it at all, obviously. That's my biggest thing about this game that triggers me is whenever you tap in or out, the audio will fucking stop for a second. I mean, it would be worth it to do this. This guy's just... Oh, I can't even do it. I mean, unless I can deal with this guy quickly, but... Amazing what a night and day experience this can be. Like... Flying trample whenever it attacks, create a treasure token. Okay, so I could block the 6/6 at least, but now it's going to be like a 7/7. Like, they just got too much shit, and I don't have any board clear in any of my decks ever. I'm not that impressed, though, considering it's a diamond crazy meta thing, probably. Yeah, I shouldn't even talk too much shit about, oh, it wouldn't be that hard to net deck or do something because of how badly I got my ass kicked in drafts in this game. You might say, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and you'd have to look it up that way too, right? Look up the meta as it pertains to drafts, but you shouldn't have to do that, right? The same way that I do everything. If I'm just doing it blind, it shouldn't be that difficult that you don't even deserve a good game, honestly, because... That's kind of cute, I guess. Glad we played this game for over a year so that we could earn this little fucking Candy Crush type of thing. When am I going to get a little My Little Pony one? Because they had some of the My Little Pony cosmetics. I really don't understand how the business model or whatever of this game actually works. They have My Little Pony avatars and cosmetics. They have little land pictures for $4.99 that look like a little kid of an intern of the game. Fucking drew it in little kindergarten class. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They have all these crossovers like Transformers and fucking Post Malone and all this random stuff.
Your own as a new planeswalker. If you'd like to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to get it this time. Let's try to see attack with 30 creatures, blue or red. Let's do like the best of 1 then, I guess. With both of these, that should hopefully be enough, but it probably won't. I love that there are games where they'll have like a meta thing built in, like, oh, you know, we want to know what the best decks are, so we'll just tell you in the game, so you don't even have to fucking net deck the way that... Wait, where's my thing? Oh, he comes swooping in, I think, after a little bit. That's the one that I spent like 10k gold on. I guess I don't really do anything with my gold, so I don't really care, but I shouldn't spend that much of it on random shit as a free-to-play new-ish player without a complete collection. I always say, like, that's my whole intent with the game, is like I'm trying to collect like every green card in the game. Meanwhile, I've crafted so many cards that aren't green, so you might question that, but that's to keep myself entertained and have some variety along the way, as my overarching goal might still be to collect all the green cards. That doesn't mean that's all I have to craft. And obviously I'll never really be able to do it, but no matter how much I play, I doubt I'd be able to. Can't block, that's fine. Yeah, we should be pretty much guaranteed to get what we want to. So it'll be at least like rank 30, or maybe it is going to be a little tight still, right? Because I definitely would want to do it next time. So we'll be able to just do maybe a long session next time. Okay, that guy's going to be pretty sick. Target player mills 4 cards. I forget what. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the problem is those guys aren't gonna work as... Fuck. Auto pay. I don't know what I'm doing. Fucking useless. That's one way to beat them. Just takes so long that they get fucking sick of it. One thing I don't like is that the rank is shared between best of 3 and best of 1, so that kind of obscures it a little bit.
Congratulations on completing Spark rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker.
Not only is she fucking saying that out of term because of, you know, acting like I'm a new player or something, but why the fuck are you saying it every time I go back to the menu? Wait, this is bad because you don't have any land. Or again. Yeah, that's fine. We have this would be fine. Whenever it attacks, you control a power of 4 or less or more. At least one of these conditions isn't all that hard to reach. The stupid attack with 30 minions. That's always something I can guarantee. But the one that's often hard to do is like destroy X number of your opponent's minions. But what if they just never block with them? And then I'm not going to have any removal. So even if I'm winning games, you know, they could just sabotage my ability to do that by not playing it. Like, that's actually not that good though on its own. Haste: when it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. When you do, target dinosaur you control the damage you... Okay. And that'll be perfect because, you know, the death touch should convert with that. Besiege who endures. Destroy target artifact or enchantment or non-basic land opponent controls. Well, that's good for me because all my land is pretty basic. Reveal a dinosaur. You gain 3 life. Yeah, we gotta scare him with this fucking thing. The only blue dinosaur I think I have in my whole collection. Never mind the fact that... Oh, fuck. You know, there aren't that many, period. The rainbow would have been incomplete without that fucker, though. 3/3 when it enters the battlefield. In control as long as you control it. You should probably take my Carotid just for the mana sake, but... Why can't I actually do that? Because you need, I guess, one more of a different color. Or, wait. Or no, all you would need is basically... You would need like a 4 attack minion so you get a second one. Fuck you, man. This is why blue is so annoying. Beginning of upkeep, or it's not even because of blue, I take it back. Beginning of upkeep, create a 1/1. Wait, this you can attack with because he'd have to sack something. Or he wouldn't even... Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it for the effect reason, but... This guy's effect is... When it deals combat damage to a player, and he does have trample obviously for that, reveal that many cards, put any number of dinosaurs among them onto the battlefield. I mean, all those effects are busted that we have. Even the blue guy is kind of badass. Can't be countered, no maximum hand size. Whenever they cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Discover, discard 3 cards, exile it. Yeah, that part I don't really get. Why the last effect is good. Go Shintai of Lost Wisdom. That's no good. Maybe a 4-4. That seems like a bad idea, but let him figure it out. His board doesn't look that scary, but it's just kind of annoying. Yeah, obviously green is meant for dinosaurs. Red has a couple okay ones, but I guess dragons kind of usurp that with respect to some of the black ones are actually pretty good. But the red ones are kind of like, why not just use dragons instead? Because they're kind of like either dinosaurs or bootleg dragons, or dragons or bootleg dinosaurs, however you want to look at it. Dinosaurs with wings are dragons, or dragons with clipped wings are dinosaurs. Okay, so I could just deal with your board, I'd be fine. But I can't because I never have anything like that in my decks. It's not even the sort of thing you'd expect green to have when you're so committed to it. That's the one thing that sort of puts Hearthstone classes to shame a little bit, is that not only are there more of them, there's basically double, even at the get-go, of what there are. There's basically double of the classes as there are colors, but there's far less synergy between them, which it went from originally there was none to there's only a few handful of cards that are, you know, split between two classes and two classes only, but there's only a very small number of ones like that. Whereas this game is totally freeform. You can just have whatever the fuck you want in there, whether you can even use it or not or whatever. I just love the fact of how your board size can just keep expanding to almost any size, or these things shrink down to almost any size to enable that. All I want to do is the daily quest. I hate how you fucking waste my time here. Hey, welcome back. I don't know if you can hear me now still or not. Holy shit. Yo. I don't like to concede games, but you're too fucking slow. I can't deal with that. I can't. It's annoying. Maybe I would have come up with some god tier crazy comeback, but let's just play as the other one so we get the ability to
Congratulations on completing Spark rank. You've done a great job.
Just try to complete the daily quest here. Okay, that's kind of a risky hand to even keep. Speaking of the My Little Pony cosmetic. Holy shit, dude. Like at some point it's almost like a self-aware thing that they're trying to troll people. Like let's see how many weird crossovers and random shit we can do and throw at people in this game. Like, I draw the line at My Little Pony. You can do Post Malone and Transformers and other shit, but what is this, dude? Is this really the target demographic of this game? This hardcore elitist card game, like I'm a grandmaster chess player and I have a fucking My Little Pony piece set. That's really the way to go, dude. I guess if you were in that position, that would always validate it. Like, you know, people can't help but take you seriously because you are that good. If Magnus Carlsen plays chess on his phone in his hot tub, you know, that's the one legitimate use for hot tub streaming, then it feels okay. Or, you know, if he's using some kind of stupid custom piece set. I should almost have like some sort of limit for like, oh, if I don't do the daily quest within X number of games, then I have to just stop playing and I don't get to do it. I always get fucked on mana here so much. Like, I'm just not gonna get enough lands, and of course this deck doesn't really have the same stuff in the way of mana generating minions. Discard a card, draw a card. Okay, we still need more land. 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Fuck, man. It's not even like, oh, they're high cost as a testament to being good. They're high cost in terms of just being poorly statted, low value for what they're worth.
A challenge. I am only human.
Look how he baits out 2 different voice lines from fuck me. From the same thing because of his little double strike. Doesn't seem like a particularly intimidating deck, but I'm just garbage. That's one thing I don't like about actually these digital card games, though, that they became kind of lazy. Like, who wants to see the card? Like, why not have some sort of, you know, you have certain ones like that with animations and foils and like golden cards, but it could be like a animated figure. It wouldn't just have to look like a card. I guess we could go back to the other one since we're not capable of actually playing ganks. I don't know what that means. Well, I know what it means in context of MMOs, like fucking ganking a lower level player, but I don't know what he means by that. Okay, how many more do we need? Probably like 10. This really is taking forever. So how close are we to doing this?
Congratulations on completing Spark rank. You've done a great
We're rank 30. I don't know why I thought I could almost just do it today. Because of the simple fact that,
to know even more about Magic the Gathering, then follow me.
I don't know, I just felt like we were so close, but we definitely have to do it next time with the help of the daily quest or whatever. Just do a longer episode. Because I don't want to rely on, oh my god, I don't want to rely on the fact that there might be one more at the end. Okay, I'll settle for keeping 2. We got really a lot of badass stuff in here, but I'm not going to be able to actually keep it. You know what? I'll keep the blue one just because he's cool. Not because he's better than the other ones at all, but I've only played some of these like only one time so far, but I guess I've only been playing as this rainbow thing for a couple episodes, so that shouldn't be too big of a surprise. You know, each of these you could analogize to a real dinosaur of some kind. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Okay, we'll go with this. Not bad. The real goal is just to get as many reds as possible, but I don't think I have too many in there even. I have a fun day at work, I guess. Not really. Can you even hear me? Does anything exciting happen at your work? Not really. It depends how you define exciting. Wait, what? The Butcher. What a name. Imagine having a space in your name, almost as bad as having a number in your name. we would get a best close to like level 31 here. And we started at like maybe 28 today, so it doesn't seem like the greatest amount of progress, but it will have to do. We just have to farm the wins too. Like, forget about just doing the daily quests every time, but if you win like the 15 games, those each give you a little bit of experience each. And then at that point, they just totally throttle you. But not a very good choice, but whatever. I feel like of all the games where we see toxic shit, like even I have some stuff in there, it very rarely is the reason why you win. Like, I'll just kill you with that overall because it's an 8/8 trample haste. Forget about the fucking toxic. It's just overkill. That's why it's called work. If something exciting happened, it would be called fun times. Recreation. That's the best discussion I had with respect to chess. It's like, if you treat chess the same way as people treat like their job, oh, this is a card from which the Tim Burton thing comes. The beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return that to your graveyard to your hand. It's like, you know, for some people they treat it as a career because it actually is for them, and for some people they treat it as just a game. And so it's not even a question of how good you are or how good you could be. It's a question of what you treat it as and how much time you commit to it. So basically the reasoning is that you're able to... It's not fair to compare those two things because some people are going to be tryharding, but, you know, that would be like saying, oh, are you as good a doctor as them? Are you a good lawyer as them? You're putting in the same amount of time and effort as they do to study their crafts, like their jobs that they do in real life, as you studied chess. So it's kind of a little bit different, right? It's not like, oh, you're just innately smarter than them and you're just innately better than them at it, because if you were, then, you know, you would be that from the beginning, but you would have both sucked at the beginning, and then after a certain amount of time you would suck less. But it takes too much of a commitment to, you know, sell anybody on that deception of just basically, so you can understand that so many things to do with the fucking world tree. Just get Archimon over here and fucking destroy that shit. Who needs a toxic mechanic when you can just be a toxic gamer overall like me? But he should be dead, just even from the trampling shit alone. Right, like he'd have to go so far to deal with that you can't even hardly block that overall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total. How much longer will I be streaming for? I guess until I beat this fucking daily quest. Which unfortunately there's not too many red ones in here, so... You know, it's not like I want to lose on purpose, but I wouldn't want to...
Great job coming into your own as a new planeswalker.
You know, I wouldn't want to throw just to be able to play the other one, because I always like to alternate. What I actually like to do more than that is I like to... You know, put it where it's like almost a permanent condition where you kind of... Damn, look at how top heavy that is. Yeah, I love how people always would watch me from different time zones, like where it's totally almost nonsensical. Like people would be watching me from Asia or Eastern Europe or something, and it's like, I guess because I would stream chess at weird times, so I kind of drew in certain audiences for that reason, but it's like totally upside down of it's 6 in the morning for me, it's 6 and whatever at night for them. It's just interesting. Here we can do that. The only way I destroy artifacts or enchantments is to fucking, you know, have a minion effect that does it, not actually... Like, what other red ones do I have, man? Wait, oh, I'm stupid. I could have done it on this one. I'll have to play 6 more games of this one to play that one dinky fucker again, because I really don't know how many ones I have in here. Paid, which means it just dies, so it's not exactly worth it. Okay, there's another red. Fuck. Or you can just kill. Fuck. There is like a command you can do, like a hotkey that like lets you undo what you just did if you hit it like quickly enough. 6/6 flying haste, Archfiend of the Dross, 4 oil counters. I really can't do anything with that. He's gonna hit me for 6 for sure. It looks so different, but maybe just the angle of this makes it seem like he looks too colorful there. Makes it look like 2 different Galtas. There's no point in even doing that. This one will die. I don't even care so much about winning or losing. But now at least we lost wink wink on purpose just so I can play as the red deck, even though I'd never throw like that if I can help it. So many times I get fucked on land. You get a cat for the 1,000,000th time, he's telling me. Okay, hurry up, bro. Hurry up, hurry up. Fuck. I'm normally not this impatient except when I play chess, but because I don't have time for that shit feedback either. What if I say no, will they ask me why and let me send in a some kind of a
You've done a great job.
whatever, bug reports or something.
New planeswalker.
I don't know how people even deal with pets. It's like a full-time job. It's like taking care of a fucking kid or something. I mean, if you like it, fine, but it's a lot. There's like some sort of disturbing psychological phenomenon that people feel very like it's almost a sense of power, ego appeal, something where you're able to feel like you have complete control over something in a way that you normally wouldn't with people. So you're able to feel like so important and whatever, condition it and do all these things too that are considered normal but are very, maybe, I don't know how to explain it. They would seem kind of a little bit disturbing if you didn't know or if you weren't used to it. Even the way that people deal with their kids is like that. Like you know, give them a reward if they behave good and punish them if they behave badly, like a psychological conditioning type shit that is so seems almost a little bit disingenuous and wrong to do, but everybody's using some kind of toxic shit. Yeah, whatever. The daily quest is basically done. Invoke. Honestly, that wasn't too bad value. I don't get it. I guess because you're still benefiting from those two in a way that these effects sort of make more sense rather than, you know, rather than saying like the ones that generate mana for you. You watched Shawshank Redemption last night. That was good. Yeah, that is a really good movie. It was kind of a flop though. Or the one interesting tidbit about it is, did you know that fucking Stephen King wrote it apparently? Or he wrote whatever it's based on? He was credited though with writing like the full screenplay though, I think too, which doesn't even make any sense. So that's the one good thing that Stephen King did in his life, besides all the hokey horror shit that he does. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Just try to win this one in principle. Is he even that flavor card text is unclear? Like, it doesn't say reduce it by 1 until they get to 0, or until they get to 1 or some other amount. Oh shit. I don't know if he was saying good game because he knew I was gonna win, or because he thought he was gonna win, but. Or wait, no, no. I actually don't win. What the fuck? Okay, suitably epic finish, I guess. I can't do basic math. Arcs of Fate. Which you didn't even need to do. Okay, so now next time we should be sure. Hopefully we get to like rank 31. Next time we should be sure to finish that.
You've done a great job coming into your own as a new.
It's still gonna be a little bit tight though, but I guess I could just play a little bit longer.
Then follow me.
Okay, see you tomorrow.